Today's theme is balance. So we're going to be working on some balancing poses, and they're what you would imagine them to be. They're poses that challenge your ability to stay upright. But that's a little less interesting to me than the real work of balance on the yoga mat. Balance is considered the midpoint between effort and surrender, or contraction and expansion. So as we work today through the poses, we're going to be exploring this idea of finding the midpoint between being really intensely engaged and backing off and softening and surrendering. So we're going to start by doing a balanced breath. Close your eyes, take a deep breath in, and a full breath out. Now I'm going to count the breath for us. So inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale through the nose, 3, 4, 5. Exhale through the nose, 3, 4, 5. One more. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now begin your ujjayi in through the nose and out through the nose. Just a gentle tone at the back of your throat. And we're going to try to let this be our foundation as we move, a truly balanced breath, so that the inhale and the exhale are both the same duration and the same intensity. And we're doing this really to encourage not only a balance in our body and our postures, but offering up a little blessing of balance off the mat in our lives as well. Bring your palms together in front of your heart. Take a deep breath in. Exhale and bow your head to your heart. Release your hands, slowly blink your eyes open. Let's come on to hands and knees for cat-cow. You can place your 2 blocks off the 2 front corners of your mat, but toward the front corners of your mat. Hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Inhale into cow, lifting sitting bones, dropping the belly, lifting your gaze. Exhale, round into cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, round and dome your back into cat. Really lift and activate the belly. Inhale, sitting bones lift, belly stretches, heart open, cow. Exhale and round. 2 more. Inhale, and try to make the curves that you create in cow really the same shape as when you go into cow. So if we were to trace the shape of your body in cat and cow, that they would be 2 halves of a perfect circle. Last one. Exhale into cat. On your next inhale, find tabletop, which is a neutral spine. I like to say that you're basically doing cat and cow simultaneously. So you're engaging your belly as if you were to go into cat, but your shoulder blades are firm on your back like you were going to go into cow. Stretch your right leg up and back behind you. So this is one of these traditional balancing postures. Spiral the inner right thigh up toward the ceiling, toes facing down toward the floor. And really important, you're going to feel yourself kind of lilt to the left, lean to the left, hug your outer left hip in toward your inner right thigh. Keep lifting your belly. 2 options. Either you're going to come up onto your left fingertips and just start to flirt with the balance there, or stretch your left arm straight out in front of you. And hold for 3. Keep drawing your shoulder blade onto your back. 2. Last breath. Release your hand, release your knee at the same time if you can. We'll get that on the second side. Lift your left leg up. Inhale. Now let's get the alignment. So inner left thigh spirals up toward the ceiling, of your left toes facing down toward the floor. Most important thing here, and this is going to repeat through the whole practice, hug your outer right hip in toward your inner left thigh. Draw your belly in and up to support your low back. Maybe you're on your right fingertips. Maybe you extend your right arm straight forward out in front of you. Spin the thumb up toward the ceiling and draw your right shoulder blade firmly onto your back. Just 2 more breaths. Last one. Now try to land your hand and your knee at the same time. Balance. Beautiful. Stretch back into downward facing dog. So from hands and knees position, you might need to walk your feet back, walk your hands forward a little bit. So we'll find the foundation right now. So from downward facing dog, shift your weight forward so your shoulders come over your wrists. Yeah, and if you need to adjust your feet at this point to really find a plank position, which is top of a push-up, then adjust and press back to downward facing dog. Bend your knees just a tiny bit so that you angle the base of your pelvis up and back, sort of toward where the wall behind you, if you have a wall behind you, meets the ceiling. Really, really sharp V point at the top of the pelvis. Now notice where the weight is, and I want you to balance it. So this is really the subtle energy work. Is your right hand pressing down into the floor more? Is your left hand pressing down? Is it your right foot or your left foot? Your heels will be off the floor, but can you balance across the toe mounds of the feet, the base of each toe? Where is the weight? Probably it's mostly in the big toes. Can you balance that out all the way to the pinky toe? Take a deep inhale and a full exhale. And slowly walk your hands back to your feet, so you're the back of your mat. Separate your feet nice and wide, at least as wide as the mat. Bend your knees a little bit and clasp your hands behind your low back. Let's change the clasp so that the right thumb is on the outside. Hug your shoulder blades firmly onto the back and stretch. Knuckles up toward the ceiling and forward toward the front of the mat. Breathe deeply. That full, balanced Ujjayi breath. And as we start to get the heart rate going, the breath won't be at a 5 count like what we started with. It'll probably get a little quicker, be at a 4 count for most of us. Take one more inhale. Exhale, release the hands to the floor. Slowly walk your hands forward, back to downward facing dog. Bring your feet narrower, so they're sit bone distance width apart again. Align your dog so the pelvis is lifted, even in both hands and both feet. Now, inhale, lift your right leg up. So the inner right thigh leads the way. Same alignment as when we were extending the leg in cat and cow. Hug your outer left hip in. You're either going to imagine this is possible or do one of two actions. Come up onto your left fingertips or possibly lift your left hand off the floor. You have to hug the midline. It's way harder than it seems like it should be. All that wavering, we're strengthening all the stabilizing muscles. We want that. Lower the left hand, lower the right foot. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Inhale, lift the left leg. So the lower the leg is, the more control you have over it. So adjust as you need. Inner left thigh up, outer right hip hugs in. Come up onto your right fingertips or lift the hand up. Hug the midline like crazy. There's tons of effort here, but can you surrender also? That's the balance. Can you soften your face? Can you soften your brow? Lower your hand, lower your foot, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, walk your hands back to your feet. Separate your feet again a little wider, maybe at mat width, maybe they can be narrower since you're a little bit warmer, you're opening up. Clasp your hands at your low back, left thumb on the outside of the clasp. Hug your shoulder blades onto your back and stretch. Knuckles up toward the ceiling and forward toward the front of the mat. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Just one more, big inhale. And full exhale. Slowly release your hands down to the floor and walk yourself forward for downward facing dog. Align your feet back to sit bone distance width apart, about 2 fist width distance. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Slowly walk your feet forward to your hands. Let's keep the feet sit bone distance width apart for this whole practice when we come into Uttanasana, which is a forward bend here at the top of the mat. You'll do that a few times today. Inhale, half lift and lengthen for Ardha Uttanasana, making sure to get the collarbones broad. Almost feel like a little back bend in your upper back. Exhale and fold back in. Root down into your feet and rise to stand, coming all the way up into Urdhva Hastasana, which is Tadasana with your arms over your head. Exhale, release your arms to your sides. Very simply, I want you to explore the 4 corners of your feet. So you're going to rock side to side, maybe front to back on your feet. Feel the 4 corners. Base of the big toe, base of the pinky toe, inner and outer heel, and then try to evenly root down through all 4 of them. Now, almost grow roots in your right foot. Get really heavy in the right foot and hug your left knee into your chest. Your drishti or gazing point could be on the ground, that's gonna be the most stable, or right out in front of you, that would be really great if you could do that, or higher up even, so the collarbones stay broad. Take a deep breath in here. Bend your right knee just a tiny bit, an inch or 2, and inhale to straighten. Exhale, bend right knee. Inhale, straighten. And one more. Bend and straighten. Good. Release the left foot down. Feel the four corners root. Take a deep breath in. Big breath out. Root down into your left foot. Hug your right knee into your chest. One other element that'll help you, if you push your knee forward into your hands, you're going to create an expansion that matches the contraction of pulling the knee in, and that helps find that balance. That's that subtle energy work. Inhale here. Exhale, bend the left knee. Inhale, straighten. You want to try to keep the knee tracking with the center of your ankle. Bend. Beautiful. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Straighten the leg. Good. Release the right foot down. Take a moment, just shake it out. Feel how precious and intense that is when you're hugging in so much. So now as we continue to progress, I want you to loosen all of that up a little bit. Loosen the intensity of holding the pose. If you fall, you fall. It's no big deal. Okay? Get roots in the right foot. Get really strong. Pull the left knee into the chest. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, bend the right knee. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. One more time. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Now bring your hands to your hips to modify. Our arms can go right up over your head. Hinge at your hips and send the left leg all the way back for crescent lunge. You might bend your back knee so that you can angle the tailbone down and lift the belly up. Wherever you are, you're squeezing your legs together. Inner left thigh wraps back. Hug your outer right hip in. Lift the belly, lift the ribs out of the pelvis. Gorgeous. Take a big breath in. Exhale, hands to the floor. Downward facing dog. Inhale and come forward to plank pose. These are tiny. You're going to bend your elbows just 1 inch like you're starting to flirt with a push-up. Come back up with the breath. Inhale here. Exhale, bend the elbows 1 inch. Inhale, back up. Exhale, bend. Inhale, back up. Downward facing dog. Lift your left leg up. And again, you're flirting with this balanced dog. So come up onto your right fingertips, or imagine that could be possible. Maybe you lift your right hand up. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, lower the right hand and pull your left knee to your chest. Come into a lunge, left foot toward left thumb tip. Take a big breath in, chin, chest lift, collarbones broad. Next exhale, step the right foot forward. You're in your sit bone distance Uttanasana. Inhale, half lift and lengthen, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, rise to stand, arms up over your head. Stay here, grow roots in your left foot, pull your right knee into your chest. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, bend the left knee. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Soften your jaw, soften your brow. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Now you're going to hold here. Hands to hips or arms over your head. Send the right leg all the way back. Yeah, you got it. Anchor your tailbone down. Belly lifts, heart lifts. And the leg alignment's the same as even when we were in cat and cow. Inner right thigh rotating back and widening to the right. Outer left hip hugging in toward the inner right thigh. Take one more inhale here. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step back to plank. Exhale, 2 inches to chaturanga, a little deeper. Inhale, back up. Exhale, 2 inches to chaturanga. And back up, inhale. Exhale, 2 inches. Inhale, back up. Downward facing dog. Lift the right leg up as you inhale. Imagining or coming up onto your left fingertips or lifting your hand up off the floor. Yeah. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, the hand lands as you pull your right knee into your chest. Place the right foot toward right thumb tip. You're in a lunge. Just one inhale, collarbones broad. Exhale, step the left foot forward to meet the right. As many steps as you need. Inhale, half lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold back in. Inhale and rise to stand. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. So if you're more comfortable in Tadasana, in this standing mountain pose with your feet together, that's fine for right now. If you can keep the wider base, I think that'll serve you quite well. We're going to take 3 sun salutation A's, Surya Namaskar A's, and they're symmetrical. So I want you to play with keeping balance in all 4 corners, hands and feet. As you inhale, stretch the arms up. Exhale, fold forward over your legs. Inhale, half lift and lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands and step back to plank pose. Feel the weight, even lean side to side, hand to hand, foot to foot, feeling where you are, and then try to balance it all. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, forward and down, chaturanga. Inhale, come into your back bend, cobra or upward facing. Exhale back to downward facing dog for 3 breaths. Pedal, wiggle, adjust as you need. Always coming back to where am I efforting? Where am I in my place of surrender? And are they balanced? Am I doing both with the same intensity? Take a deep breath in. Exhale, step, or hop your feet to your hands. Inhale, half lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold in. Root down evenly into your feet, rise to stand. Inhale, arms up, gaze up. Exhale, hands to the heart. 2 more. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, fold forward. We'll move on the half breath. Inhale, half lift, lengthen. Exhale, step, back plank. You can always hop back if you like. Exhale, chaturanga, forward and down. Inhale, come into your back bend, cobra, upward facing. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Just for an inhale. Bottom of the exhale, step, or hop, feet to hands. Lengthen as you inhale, fold as you exhale. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to the heart. This is our last one. Inhale, stretch up. Root down into your feet evenly. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift, lengthen. Plant your hands both evenly. Step, or hop back. Chaturanga as you exhale. Inhale into your back bend and back to downward facing dog. And the deal is we cultivate the balance on the mat. We figure out that perfect recipe of effort and surrender, and it starts to get like contagious. And we start to do it more and more, even off the mat. Take a deep breath in. Bottom of your exhale, step, or hop, feet to hands. Lengthen on the inhale, fold on the exhale. Rise to stand, inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart. You're going to take one of your blocks and place it right in between your feet, so your big toes are going to hug the block. Still rooted evenly. And then get a little bit heavier into the right foot, a little bit heavier into the left foot. Feel that play. And then let's step the right foot right up onto the block. And you have to have a sense of humor about this one. Hug your left knee into your chest like we did earlier. Take a deep breath in, waver, wiggle. It's supposed to happen. Exhale, bend your right knee a little bit. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. It's hard, I know. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Now we're going to straighten the right leg and take tree pose. Bring your left foot to the inner right thigh or to your inner shin, but above or below the knee, not on the knee joint. And for those of you who are experienced doing this, notice the difference when you elevate yourself a little bit, when you don't have your whole foot on the floor, because most of our feet are not quite are bigger than the block, right? Stretch your arms up over your head. Take a big inhale. Full exhale. Bring your palms together in front of your heart. Step your left foot down right next to the block. Step your right foot down right next to the block. Inhale. Let it out through your mouth. Let it go, even like shake it out a little bit. Okay, yeah. Second side, so feel the roots, the 4 corners of your feet rooting, and place your left foot on the block. The toes will probably kind of fall off the front edge of the block. I find heel and toe mounds on the block really important for rooting. Hug the right knee into your chest. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, bend the left knee. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. One more time. Bend. Straighten. Place your right foot for tree. It's okay if you fall off, you just come back. And that's you hitting the edge. And that's the learning place. That's where your muscles learn the work they need to do. Now, there's a tremendous amount of work in your legs. You can feel it right now. That effort hopefully supports the freedom in the upper body. So stretch the arms up. Maybe look up a little higher. Maybe start to curl your heart open. Beautiful. Take one more full inhale. Exhale, step the right foot down, step the left foot down. Take a deep inhale. And a full exhale. And go ahead and remove the block. Bring your feet to your comfortable Tadasana. And remember, I'm still recommending sit bone distance apart today. Inhale, stretch the arms up. Exhale, fold over your legs. Lengthen on your inhale. And downward facing dog as you exhale. Give yourself a moment. Yeah, and you can always add an extra plank chaturanga back bend anytime you want to. Bring your right knee forward for pigeon. So when you're in down dog, to place your right knee properly, you want to slide your right knee like right behind your right wrist is a good placement. And your shin will be any number of places. The more open you are, the more parallel the front shin is with the front edge of the mat. What you're looking for today especially, but really always for the health of your sacrum, is that you're balanced in your pelvis. Go ahead and fold forward when you're ready. And you just want to make sure you're not leaning to the right side, you're not leaning to the left, but you're in the middle. And it's the same alignment again. It's the internal rotation of the left leg, so the inner left thigh wraps up toward the ceiling, so really the center of the kneecap's on the ground, and the outer right hip wraps down toward the floor. And this creates this beautiful spiraling action in both legs that opens across your low back and your pelvis. Walk your hands back so you're more upright. And if your shin is very far forward, I'm going to ask you to scoot the foot closer to your left hip so the right shin's on a pretty acute angle. The way Tina is right now upright in her pelvis, she's getting this big stretch through the front of the hips and the left thigh. If you can do more, reach back and grab your left foot with your left hand. Now, regardless of whether you've just taken the thigh stretch, I'd like you to play with coming up onto your right fingertips or maybe grabbing that block that's right there and putting your hand up on your fingertips there. That'll increase the stretch. And maybe you can lift your right arm up, and that's a nice play with balance. Take a deep inhale. Full exhale. Lower the right hand down, release the left foot, stretch back to down dog. Take a breath or two to pedal, wiggle, do what you need to do. Left knee forward, pigeon when you're ready. Sliding the knee right behind the wrist, laying the shin on the mat, making sure it's in an angle where you can keep your pelvis balanced, fold forward. Inner spiral or internal rotation in the right leg, external rotation in the left. You're creating these beautiful spirals to open across your low back. And notice the breath is slowing down a little bit now, but it's still balanced. Maybe even take a moment to count the inhale and count your exhale and notice which one's dominating. Just shift. Give a little more oomph to your inhale, a little more oomph to your exhale, whatever you need to bring that balance into play. Come up onto your hands, adjusting your front shin as you need, so the left foot will probably tuck a little closer to the right hip for many of you. You're as upright as you can through your torso, tailbone rooted, front hip points lifting. Maybe you reach back and grab your right foot with your right hand. And then playing with the balance, maybe left fingertips. Maybe you can lift your left arm up, soften. Having a sense of humor during a balancing practice is really important. If you fall, that's not a bad thing. Take a big breath in. Release the left hand, release the right foot, downward facing dog. Take a big inhale. Open your mouth, exhale. One more, big breath in. And a full breath out. Lower your knees to the floor. Cross your ankles behind you and sit your hips behind your heels. Swing your legs out in front of you, and we're gonna go ahead and grab one block. Come lying down onto your back. Bend your knees. Place your feet for bridge pose. So I'm gonna give Tina the block. You're gonna place the block right in between your thighs, about 2 or 3 fingers distance away from your pubic bone. Press your low back into the floor for a moment so you feel what that is, and then stick your sitting bones toward the floor so you overarch your low back, and I want you to find that sweet spot in the middle. That's it. That's the balance place. You want to maintain that as you squeeze the block and lift your hips up for bridge pose. Just one bridge today. So either clasping your hands behind your back or grabbing the outer edges of the mat. Squeeze the block and rotate it down toward the floor. Keep pressing down into your feet to not necessarily lift your pelvis, although that's going to happen, but to really lift through the chest and open the heart. Now, if you can, and you want to get a little crazy, keep squeezing the block and lift your right foot up off the floor, extending the leg straight forward. Oh, big breath in. That's really good for your butt. Lower your right foot down. Squeeze the block. Try not to waver at all in the pelvis. Lift the left leg up. Lower the left foot down. Squeeze the block. Big breath in. And lower all the way back down. And let's slide the block out. Take your feet as wide as the mat. Let your knees drop in toward one another. Breathe. Inhaling and exhaling. Hug your knees into your chest for Apanasana. And maybe rock a little bit to massage your low back. There's a lot of stabilizing work that happens in your legs all the way up into your sacrum in this practice. Release your feet so they're as wide as the mat again. Let both knees drop to the right, windshield wipers. You can take your arms into a cactus shape or straight out from your arms. Come back through center. Let the knees drop to the left. This all should feel good now. We're winding down. Come back to center. Hug your knees into your chest. Big breath in. Exhale, and either release your legs for Shavasana, so that's corpse pose, legs straight out in front of you, or you can come back to knees bent, feet as wide as the mat, knees together. So if that feels better for your low back, that's where you should be. Release your arms so the palms face up, and now we rest. Allow yourself to be supported. You spent the past 30 minutes supporting yourself. That's what you do throughout every day. Let the floor support you. Allow yourself to surrender. In our culture, we're really comfortable efforting. We want our practice to be both a place of effort, but definitely a place of surrender. So when we walk off the mat, we feel balanced. Feel free to stay here as long as you like. If you're ready to close, hug your knees into your chest. Roll onto your right side. Slowly press yourself up to a comfortable seated position. You can prop yourself or not. Bring your palms together in front of your heart. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Bow your head to your heart. Namaste.